He's a three-weight world champion who is desperate to be a household name. And this platform...
And still, WBC lightweight champion of the world, Shakur Stevenson!
A full fight between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez is the showdown boxing fans can't stop talking about. It's elite skill versus explosive power, speed, precision, and ring IQ colliding with raw aggression and championship confidence. Two undefeated fighters. One spotlight. Every round fueled by legacy, pride, and the hunger to prove who truly belongs at the top. No room for hesitation. No second chances. Just high stakes, career-defining warfare inside the ropes. Boxing glove.
I felt like you knew how little Lomachenko was, and you kind of capitalized off of that.
Heck no, that man was a lot to deal with.
Teofimo Lopez has always believed in disruption, and that's been both his greatest weapon and his biggest risk. From the moment he stepped into the lightweight division, he didn't wait for opportunity. He forced it. He kicked down doors, dethroned champions, and took belts from fighters who had already built their legacies. That's his identity: aggressive, explosive, and determined to shape the sport on his own terms. Shakur Stevenson rose through a completely different path. Quiet, calculated, surgical. Where Teofimo thrives on chaos, Shakur controls the storm, breaking opponents down with precision, patience, and flawless timing.
Is this going to be a great fight? I don't know if it will. I mean, style-wise, I could see you having a little reservations, whether or not these guys will make for dynamite.
Olympic silver medalist turned multi-division world champion, Shakur Stevenson built his rise step by step, every move calculated, every opponent dissected before the first punch was thrown. Where Teofimo Lopez thrives in chaos, Shakur dominates through control. One feeds off explosive moments. The other masters the quiet details. 4 years, their journeys ran side by side, two contrasting philosophies climbing toward the same summit. And eventually, collision was inevitable. This fight wasn't born from hype. It wasn't manufactured for spectacle. It happened because the division demanded it, because their resumes, their momentum, and their unfinished narrative left no other outcome.
He's full of confidence. He's got a job to do tonight. It is a short notice change, a different opponent, but he's the sort of guy that will adapt beautifully.
Yeah, but he needs to put on a clinical, hard.
That's why this fight felt different. There was no gimmick attached to it, no comeback arc, no weight drama, no built-in excuses. Just two undefeated elites at 135 pounds, both in their prime, both on collision courses that led straight here. Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson. One walks out validated. The other walks out questioned. And everyone in the arena knows it. This isn't the kind of fight you lose quietly. One wrong read. One careless round. And suddenly your resume is under scrutiny. The stakes aren't theoretical. They're carved into every second once that bell rings. Boxing glove fire.
I don't know if he wants it or not, but it's tough to have the conditioning. See, a guy can take your conditioning if he make you fight fast like this.
People ain't give us the opportunity to show how great we is. A lot of the fighters, I want to say, either they ducked or found the business way not to get in front of me. And I feel like with him, he kind of gave me the opportunity of a lifetime.
The contrast is obvious the moment they step into the ring. Shakur Stevenson doesn't rush. His expression never shifts. He moves like a man convinced the fight will unfold only at the pace he permits. Every half step, every subtle pivot, every slight raise of the gloves is deliberate. He isn't reacting, he's anticipating. Teofimo Lopez is the complete opposite. He wants a reaction. He wants momentum. He feeds off motion, the roar of the crowd, the snap of contact, the surge of chaos. That energy isn't performative, it's fundamental to how he fights. He believes that if he disrupts the rhythm early, he can shatter patterns before they ever take shape. And that's the gamble. Because Shakur builds patterns. He settles into them, studies them, then takes them apart piece by piece. Before the opening bell even sounds, The ring already feels like a chessboard, and both men are convinced they're the grandmaster. Boxing glove chess pawn.
His signature performance with an upset win to claim this title. His second time a lineal champion, Teofimo Lopez.
This is what he does well, Paddy. He takes little small steps back. He's even doing it with Shakur. No, Shakur wants to attack. He's taking little steps back. That just makes you reset it.
Round 1 opens, and it reveals the first truths. Teofimo Lopez comes out fast, but it's controlled urgency, not wild aggression. Sharp entries, feints that crack like lightning, sudden bursts that make the crowd explode. The reactions are loud, but they favor the motion, not necessarily the damage. Shakur Stevenson isn't trying to win the arena. He's winning inches. Every step back is calculated. Every pivot quietly erases a lane of attack. His punches don't detonate, they land clean, precise, measured. It's subtle control versus visible intensity, and already the tension is building. Boxing glove fire.
He put Chamberlain down, and that's how he got this opportunity. As the southpaw jab, and the puzzle, as the guys were saying, to solve for Padley, but he'll give it a real go.
By the end of the round, Teofimo Lopez has burned more energy than he planned, while Shakur Stevenson has spent only what he intended. That's the subtle physics of elite boxing. Every missed punch drains oxygen. Every reset taxes the legs. Teofimo's speed makes his attacks look effortless, but that cost won't show until the middle rounds. Shakur's subtractive defense, meanwhile, builds value quietly. Slip by slip, pivot by pivot. Small denials that add up in ways the crowd can't always see. The cumulative effect is already forming. Judges might not mark it yet, but fighters always feel it. And that kind of mental erosion is worse than a single punch, because it arrives without warning and lingers long after the exchange is over. Boxing glove.
It's an unbelievable story, isn't it?
Life-changing.
And as you said, Darren, only boxing can bring these stories up. I don't know any other sport that can do it.
And do you know what as well? His Excellency will have seen this with Josh Padley and with Martin Bacoli. And if they both lose tonight, they'll be back.
I think so.
Yeah, for sure.
By round 2, the shift is subtle, but undeniable. Teofimo Lopez is still dangerous, still pressing, still carrying the knockout threat that made him feared at lightweight. But the openings he found in the first round are quietly vanishing. Shakur Stevenson starts landing shots that look small, yet sting in ways that go beyond physical damage. A sharp jab interrupts Teofimo's rhythm before his feet are even set. A slick pivot erases an angle just as the right hand begins to load. A counter connects, and Shakur is already gone before the return can fire. The pressure hasn't disappeared, but its clarity is fading. You can hear it in the corners. Teofimo's team grows louder, urgent, almost pleading. Shakur's corner remains composed, because nothing unfolding is outside the plan. The crowd feels it too. The roar shifts from excitement to tension. Movement alone no longer satisfies. Now it's about consequences. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, the fight begins to tilt. And it's starting to belong to Shakur. Boxing glove.